Hamtramck Historical Museum, and here's our tour guide. What's your name?
I'm Greg Kowalski. I'm the director here.
And
This
awesome.
is the Hamtramck Historical Museum, and we've been here for 10 years now, and we cover the history of Hamtramck. But we also focus on immigration. That's the theme of this museum, because immigrants have played such a big role in building Hamtramck, and more so than almost any city in the country. So you see that reflected in almost everything here. And let's do a little tour. Follow this way. We have, of course, you arrive here like the immigrants did. New arrivals on, first of all, in New York, where most of them came through. And we have Ellis Island here. And these are things that they brought with them. The kind of stuff that the new immigrants would bring with them when they came here. Mainly 100 years ago is when the big immigrant influx started occurring here. And these were all brought in by people whose relatives or ancestors were immigrants who came here. And this is very typical. The immigrants came here, of course, for jobs. That's what brought them to Hamtramck. And we have exhibits here on the big factories that were here, including the Dodge Main factory, which is, all this is over here, and other smaller factories were here. And that's why you have the people arriving here and coming up to here to get the jobs. And then that section of the museum is devoted to the homes, because once they got here, they had to have a place to live. So they either bought homes or rented homes and would come here and then move in, bring the family in, and it would grow. And that's how that's where they are the kind of things they would put into homes.
They put a lot of these things in the home. Look, you got an old stove, old radio player.
Hand crank phonograph, things like that, and very, very popular stuff. This is the most popular part of the museum because everybody says, Grandma had one of those, or Mom had one of those. So now, ordinarily, we would have this section where we have the stores where people would buy this stuff from. But because for this year, for baseball season, we have a very special exhibit set up on the history of baseball with Hamtramck, because we have a great connection to baseball. The world champion Little League team came here was from here in 1959. The world champion Pony League team was in 1961 from Hamtramck. So a lot of history there. The Negro Baseball League played in Hamtramck at the stadium at Veterans Memorial Park. That's one of the 5 remaining stadiums that are still up where the Negro League used to play. Very, very historic, now a National Historic Site as well, too. There's an exhibit on that kind of material. That'll be up through the end of the baseball season. Although this will probably stay up even longer, we'll probably keep this on permanent display. A lot of cool stuff. Things on the players, autographed baseballs, original seats from Navin Field, which is not related to that, but where some Hamtramckans played professional ball. We had Detroit Tigers, some of them were from Hamtramck. Hamtramckans played for Philadelphia and Cleveland, and all kinds of teams. So then after that, then this section here, we're doing some construction and renovations right now, but more baseball. This setup here is for Wayne State University. We have an operating agreement with the university. They're doing work here with us, and we've done 3 archaeological digs in Hamtramck with Wayne State, and we're planning some more. That's their computer setup here, and we'll be working with them even more starting in October. So then over here, we have schools and school sports. And this is Peaches Barkowitz, who won at Wimbledon. She's a Wimbledon champion. She's from Hamtramck. And she comes here occasionally, too. So, and over here we have a section on entertainment. This is movies made in Hamtramck, movie stars from Hamtramck, recording artists from Hamtramck, all kinds of stuff like that. So, a lot of music, a lot of theater material, record companies that were here and made records here, movies that were shot here, Scarecrow with Gene Hackman and Al Pacino, was shot, part of it that was shot over here. Blue Collar with Richard Pryor and Harvey Keitel, just down the street. In fact, I was there when they were filming that movie here. We're going to have a little thing, special display on the bars of Hamtramck, because Hamtramck had supposedly more bars per capita than any city in America. We don't know if that's accurate because nobody really knows how many bars there were in Hamtramck, but this is a 2 square mile town, and we know there were at least 300 bars operating at one time in this 2 square mile town. So we have some kind of record there. And this shows you the transitional phase of Hamtramck. Picture from the past, from the village days of Hamtramck over 100 years ago, shows you the immigrant change that the Poles brought through this town in the early part of the last century, swinging over to there. So the stuff that the new immigrants are bringing here, the Bangladeshis and the Yemenis. And this big mural, if you want to take note of that especially, up along the wall here, that was done with a grant from the Michigan Humanities Council, and it shows the major immigrant groups who have come to Hamtramck over the centuries. And a lot of the historical figures are up there, but a lot of these figures are actual people who lived here. They came in and they posed for the mural, which is a really nice thing. So we got all these different people, different nationalities here together. And when we finished the mural, we had a big party for everybody, invited the whole community in here. It was huge, and it was really, really good because everybody was here.
Wait, when?
This is when the mural was finished. It was a couple of years ago.
Really?
Just pre-COVID, yeah.
Oh, wow. You mean post-COVID, right?
Well, when we had it finished, it was pre-COVID.
Oh, I thought you said it was just 2 years ago.
A few years ago.
Oh, but it was finished a couple of years before you had the party.
We had it about 2018. That's whenever we did it all. So, but that gives you kind of an overview of the museum itself. We are in the process of expanding our operations here. We do a lot of community-based programs. We have a lot of guest speakers. We do tours of the city, bus tours, walking tours, tours of St. Florian Church around the corner here, and all kinds of activities here. We are working with the local school district on programs, and as I said, with Wayne State University as well too. So we always got something going on here. So we're open weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's no admission, it's all free, and we welcome everybody to come and take a look. So that's the story.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for coming by. It's great to have you here.
And yeah, if you ever in Hamtramck, come check it out, the courtroom and the museum, and also make sure you like and subscribe, show support, and share the videos if you feel like anything was interested that other people should know.
Very cool. Thank you.